One of those three remaining teams from the Sunshine State, the U. It's also been a season of firsts for the Miami Hurricanes. They claim their first ever ACC regular season title, conference tournament title, and with a win against Marquette, their first ever trip to the Elite Eight. Let's bring in head coach Jim Larrañaga now. Coach, the Canes escaped Illinois Sunday by a razor-thin margin. Reaching this stage, how much does a lack of tournament experience concern you?
Well, we don't have tournament experience, but we do have basketball experience, and I think we've shown in the first two rounds that it's the basketball experience that counts the most, and I think we've played very hard. We've played very well together.
By now, you have started to evaluate Marquette from what you've seen in their games against Butler and Davidson. How do these programs match up?
Well, Marquette is a very tough, hard-nosed defensive team. They are a great offensive rebounding team. They're very much an attacking team that goes to the basket. They're number one in the Big East in two-point field goal percentage. So they're a team that actually plays in the paint about as good or better than anybody we've played all season.
Coach, we know you're sick of talking about it. Back on November the 13th, your Hurricanes lost to Florida Gulf Coast 63-51. Help Billy Donovan out a little bit. If you got a second chance, how would you defend the Eagles?
I think the biggest thing in defending Florida Gulf Coast is understand that they've got a great point guard who finds the open man, whether it's in a fast break situation or in half-court offense. He's the key. He's their quarterback. He finds the open man very, very well. He's great at getting dribble penetration and throwing the lobs. He's great at kicking it out for threes. And they're a very feisty defensive team. They change their defenses regularly, so they're the real deal. They didn't beat us by accident. We didn't play one of our better games, but we knew when we left there that they were going to have a great year.
You've been where Florida Gulf Coast is at. You led the Cinderella team in 2006 when you took 11-seed George Mason to the Final Four. How is your current team in this experience similar or different to 06?
Well, in 06, we were the underdog and used that to our psychological advantage. But our Miami team comes in as a number 2 seed. But what we've told the players, very, very similarly to what we told the George Mason players, is it's not about who you play or where you play, but it is about how you play. And the teams that play the best basketball and are very resilient, because you're going to play against other great teams, you got to rise to the occasion. And so far, our Miami team has done that, and our George Mason team did that in 06.
Coach Jim Larrañaga, we certainly appreciate you taking some time with us today. Best of luck on Thursday against Marquette.
Well, thank you.
If nothing else, the Hurricanes have made a fan out of arguably the best player in basketball. LeBron James reached out to Shane Larkin on Twitter, giving the point guard and teammate Duran Scott some props for their outstanding play and choice of kicks. Larkin tweeting back, "Shout out to the homie King James for the love. Miami taking over the basketball world. #Heat. #Hurricanes."